All right, problem 2. A silver mine's profit P is G of S, which is negative 300,000 plus $50,000, where S is the price per ounce of silver. What is the dependent variable? Um, your value within the parentheses S is your independent variable. That's also your input of the function. And P is your output of the function, so then that is your dependent variable. So profit is, so when I read my function, profit is dependent on the price per ounce of silver. Therefore, I write profit is function of price per silver of per ounce of silver. Problem 3. Write the relationship using the function notation. Y is a function of x is written. So y is a function of x. So for problem 3, number of molecules m is a function. So m is equal to f of volume of gas V. So V here is my independent variable and M is my dependent variable. Problem 4, weight is a function of calorie intake C. So C is independent variable and W is your output dependent variable. From this figure shows the graph of the function from example 3 in your book, given the tip is a function of the bill. So tip is a function of the bill B. Which of the points PQR tells us f of 20 is R? So bill is the 20 based on, right, $20. The output tip is $4. Tip is $4. And so B is my independent variable. And when you're graphing, independent variable is your horizontal axis. And tip, your output, is the dependent variable, is your y-axis, the vertical axis. So any point here, let's say on the graph, the first value represents the values for B. The second spot here will represent the values for T. So when I say f of 20 equals 4, this translates into my output and my input. So when B is 20, T is 4. So when B is 20, 4, this is the point R, I believe, is the answer to this question. For problem 8, evaluate the function. Evaluate means plug in the value of, in this problem it's x, in the function. So for 8, for example, if my function is x over 2 minus 1, plug it in -7, so wherever I see x, I will plug it in -7. So x is -7 over 2, that's my substitution, minus 1. Okay, I wanted to see here my view. Okay, so I can erase things here. Okay, so then now I'm going to do some calculations. -7 over 2 minus 1. This is like invisible 1. So that means I want to make my denominators the same number. That means I'm going to multiply 2 and 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 2 is 2. You see, -2 over 2 is still -1. I'm just rewriting the problem in a different format. Okay, so once I have the denominators the same, the next will be just combining -7, -2 over 2. -9 over 2 will be the answer for problem 8. For problem 9, so I want to find if my function is -7, I would like to find if my function is x squared minus 3, f of -7 is, so I'm going to, wherever I see x, substitute -2, -7. -7 squared is 49, and minus 3 is 46. The answer for 9 is then 46. Let's do a couple more problems from 11. 11a, f of 3 is 2 times, wherever I see x, I substitute 3. 3 squared, 7 times 3 plus 5, 2 times 9, 3 times 27, 5. And the output for this will be the answer 18 plus 21 plus 5 gives you 44. F of a, again the same thing, wherever I see x, I substitute a. So 2a squared plus 7a plus 5. I can't combine these more, so this is my final. For me to be able to combine, if I had it like another, like a same term, like 7a and 4a, I could have combined. For you to be able to combine, you need to have the same variable. Like what I mean is, like, I can combine 7a and 4a, same variable. I have 11 of them. I could have combined 4x squared plus x squared, same variables, you see, with the same exponents. So this is an invisible 1, so I have 5x squared. Like I can combine the numbers, 9. But if I look at this answer, there's nothing to combine. Let's look at f of -2. So 2 times -2 squared plus 7 times -2 plus 5. So 2 times 4, opposite signs is negative, plus 5. 8. And then the answer, will that be then 8, this is a plus, 8 minus 9, which is -1. Evaluate the functions given. So if for 13 I want g of 0, so my g function, g of y is 1 over y squared plus 1. If for 13 I want g of 0, so wherever I see y, I'm going to plug it in, 0 square plus 1. So 1 over 0 squared is 0, 0 square root of 1, which is 1 over 1, which is 1. 14, g of negative 1 would be 1 over, so my y value is negative 1 squared plus 1. So 1 over negative 1 squared is a 1 plus 1, 1 over square root of 2. And you never leave a square root in the denominator. And what I do here is then, if I multiply top and the bottom by the same number, I will end up here. 1 times square root of 2, square root 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4, which is square root of 2 over 2 as your final answer. If I look at 16, f of 1/2, and so I'm using this function now, so 2 times 1/2 plus 1, 3 minus 5 times 1/2. In the first one, as if like I have my invisible 1, so to simplify, so I end up here 1 plus 1. So 3 minus, this is over 1, direct multiplication is 5/2. Okay. Now I would like to have, of course, my denominator. So let's combine the top over. So this is over 1, so I have to multiply top and the bottom by 2 to have the same denominator. So 6 over 2 minus 5 over 2. So combine 1 over same denominator. So this is like I have an invisible 1 again, 2 over 1. You convert a division into a multiplication and take the reciprocal of the bottom, 2 over 1. So my answer is 4 over 1, which is 4. Uh, 25. Let f of t be the volume in liters at a temperature Celsius. And so f of t be the volume in liters. So volume is function of temperature. So f of 40 is 3. You could have written like, let it says as it says, let f of t be here is equal the volume v in the same order. The symbol for T is a Celsius, and volume is in liters given in the problem. So what are the units of the 40? 40 is then Celsius. 3 will be the liters, the units for A. For B, what is the volume at 40 centigrade degree? So F of 40, when temperature is 40, what is the volume? It's given in the problem, so volume is 3 liters. For problem 26, the sales tax on an item is 6%. Tax is 6%. Express the total cost in terms of the price of the item. So uh, C in terms of the price P. So I want to write this as C is a function of price. So whatever I have here will have the variable P in the model that I'm going to create. So the sales tax, okay, express the total cost. Total cost will be then the price of the item plus 6% is, to drop the percent, it is you divide by 100, 0.06, plus my tax, 6% off the price. So you have here the invisible 1. So if you add 1 plus 0.06p, so cost in terms of price is 1.06p is the answer to this problem. Problem 30. Fill the missing value. What is f of 0? This is asking when x is 0, what is y? What is the output? So when x is 0, which is on here on y-axis, this is the only point. So this is 0, 2. So when x is 0, y is 2. So the answer for A is f of 0 is 2. This means when x is 0, y is 2. Problem 30. They're asking what is the input if the output is 0, right? So if you look at these two problems, those are where the y's are 0. The outputs are 0. So my inputs are when x is negative 2, y is 0 right here. And here, when x is 1, y is 0. So also, like what you had here means when x is 0, y is 0, x is negative 2, y is 0, 1, 0. Problem 34. The braking distance of a car is the distance a car travels from the time the brakes are applied to the time the car comes to a stop. So if d is equal to g is a function of v. So d here is the distance so it's d is your braking distance, and v is the it's the this is in feet, and volume is the speed in miles per hour. So if I look at A, what does g of 30 mean? The car takes 111 feet to stop when traveling 30 miles per hour. B, g of A is 10. The car takes 10 feet to stop when traveling A miles per hour, whatever the A is. So C, g of 10 equals B. The car takes B feet to stop when traveling 10 miles per hour. And D, S is equal to G of V. So the car takes S feet to stop when traveling V miles per hour. 42. A tip R% on a bill B dollars is given in dollars. So tip is a function of B, which is R over 100 times B. A tip R% on a bill, a tip R% on a bill of B dollars, so B here is your independent variable. So which letters in the expression would you call variables and which would you call constants if you're considering A, the tip as a function of the bill. So the tip is a function of the bill. Okay, so let's start over. Like here, I want to point out a couple things. All right, so when I'm looking at this problem, this is given tip R over 100 B. So you know here that tip is dependent on like two variables, R and B. But with the way the question is asked, it varies. So if I look at A, tip as a function of the bill amount. So then this means T of B I'm looking for. Then if I look at for T of B, then B here is my independent variable. And then if B is an independent variable because tip is dependent on B, then R is your constant. If I look at B, it says tip as a function of rate. Then the way I convert this into mathematics is tip as a function of R. Then R here is my independent variable. So from R 100 over B, then R is your variable, then B will be the constant. These are problems 44, 46. So what happens is D, R of P give the average number of daily downloads of a song as a function of the price. P is here the price as my independent variable. So then what does R of 99 mean? R of 99 gives the average number of the daily downloads. Oops. In a day, daily downloads at a price of 99 cents per song. "46" is P sub 0 minus 10 means 10 cents less than the current price of the song. So R of P sub 0 minus 10 means the average number of daily downloads at a price 10 cents lower than the current price. 48 means there are 365 days in a year, so is 48 means then is the uh, number of average number of daily downloads, average number of daily downloads, because this also gives you daily multiplied by 365 in a year. In 1 year at current price. P sub 0 is your current price. 50, if you divide by 24, so there are 24 hours a day, so per hour it gives you, the outcome is per hour. So then is the average number of daily, average number of daily downloads every hour. So I can, let me write it in a better English. So is the this is the average number of downloads every hour. So if I correct, if you say 48 in a better English, average number of downloads in 1 year at current price. That will be better. All right, I think that will end our video, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.